But yeah, as I was saying, you know, it didn't take me too long to really get the bookcase and build them. I mean, my good friend Marcus, aka Xfile2708, he sent me very kindly the link to the actual bookcases that he actually got from Argos for his Mega Drive collection. But in the end, I think he got the beech ones, but I went for the pine ones because they weren't that much dearer, and I think they're stronger as well. So this was literally the one that I bought. That's a beech one. Sorry, I've just said that wrong. It was a pine one. Sorry. That I got from sort of the link he sent me, and obviously that's the one that I got given by my parents, and that's just a smaller version of it. Right, so, and the last thing I've got to mention before we move on is that I've obviously put Xbox 360 Connect there as well above my PS1 collection. It is in there as well, so I will be looking to get that out at some point so I can play it. Right, if we move across then, on the wall I absolutely love this to bits. This is an absolutely epic, massive poster of New Super Mario Bros. Wii. I did lose it for a while, and then I managed to luckily find it in a box, so I'll put it back up again. I did have it in my room at one point, and now I've been able to find it again and put it up in the games room. It's such a great size, so it covers a lot of the wall, and it just looks really, really, really awesome, so I really like that. And then coming down, this is again something related to music. This is my keyboard. Electronic keyboard. I don't play it as much as I used to because I'm mainly playing the piano a lot now, which is over there. But it's good for like having rhythms on and just having a bit of a jam with and having a bit of fun, and especially if I'm mixing stuff, it's got the ports in the back to kind of put cables in and do just kind of use maybe as a bit of a synthesizer as well. So it's pretty cool. And for anyone that's interested, any musicians out there, it is the Technics KN1500 keyboard. So it's quite a nice one, but some of you may know though that the company Technics no longer make keyboards. They discontinued them. I mean, mine was the 1500 model. I think they went up to about maybe 5,000, maybe even slightly higher than that, and then they discontinued it, and now they don't make them anymore. I mean, this keyboard's probably about 10 years old now, so I've had it absolutely ages. But no, they don't make them anymore. And obviously, as some of you may know as well, they've been phasing out floppy disks. Well, they phased out floppy disks, whereas because this keyboard's quite old, it has a floppy disk drive, which you can't see again because of the flipping light. But that is a floppy disk drive where my finger is, but you just can't see. So basically, I would save rhythms and sounds onto a floppy disk so that every time I did a concert or a show, rather than putting them all in manually, taking ages, I could just save them all as backups on floppy disks, and just, if I was performing, just put them straight in and they'd load up instantly, rather than me taking like, you know, a good 5 minutes or so just to put them all in again. So that's that. Moving across, again a bit more gaming. Got the PC. This is my brother's PC. He may take it with him eventually, but for the time being it's still here, and it runs Windows XP, so it's not Vista or Windows 7, but again it doesn't matter, it still does its job basically. Basically just gives me what I want really, that's all I really need from it. And it's got our internet router there. Yeah, and got a nice keyboard for it. Obviously the disk drive's underneath, and I've got a printer there. And there's some more controllers down there actually as well that I didn't have space for to put elsewhere. So I've got really everything I need, to be honest, on that. So that's really cool. And obviously with my massive PC collection over there, if I ever fancy playing a game, just stick it over there. If I ever fancy playing, for example, what's a really good game that I've got on the PC, which is awesome. There you go. Grand Theft Auto 3 or even Grand Theft Auto Vice City. If I fancy playing any of those, again, stick them on the PC and I'm away. Right, so coming back a little bit so you can see a bit more of the room. Obviously there's my PC chair, so I can play PC games, and also I use that now for playing games on the TV and all my consoles. I am looking to get a sofa bed at some point, because I know my good friend Pete, aka SNEStastic, has one, and if I do get one, the idea will be is that I will take the keyboard down because I don't play it that much anymore. It's only there just kind of put something there so it's not a massive gap. So I'd probably put that down, just put it up on the shelf or something in another room, and put the sofa bed in there. And obviously it's not quite in line with the TV being there, so what I would do is I would just pull the sofa bed out from where that keyboard is now, and probably stick it probably about here, just in front of the bookcase, so then it's now level with the TV. And then when I finish playing a game, just literally move the sofa bed back into that gap again, kind of thing. So again, it's just ideas that I've got basically that I'm just sort of thinking about. Right, so that's cool. And then basically I've also got two awesome bean bags. The furry one is incredibly comfy. I could just lay on it for ages. The leather one, again, is still comfy, but I prefer the fluffy one, just because it's a bit, you know, it's a bit softer, a bit more comfy basically. And if there's like, say 3 of us playing a game, me and my parents, or me and my brother, or me and a few mates, you know, one of us can sit on the chair, the other 2 can sit on the beanbags basically. So yeah, so that's that. But as I said, I may look to get a sofa bed as well to try and make it a bit more cosy, if that's the right word. But yeah, so anyway, that's that. And then on the windowsill, I've just got a few bits and pieces, deodorant, aftershave. I do need to tidy that up a little bit more than what it is at the moment, but just other things there that I just haven't got around to going through. And then on this side, I hope you guys don't mind this is taking a while, because I'm so excited that all my videos have been building up to this moment. I'm just really trying to, you know, really enjoy this and just try and make it as detailed as possible, so you guys really get a good feel for what the gaming room's like and what it's about and what's in it. Right, so if we start at the top of this thinner bookcase then, this is a bookcase that I've had for ages. It's got all my sheet music, all my piano sheet music and music books in it. At the top, there's my brother's bigger mixer. So you know I showed you a smaller mixer at the bottom of the other bookcase there. Well, this is a bigger one. It's the Pro Mixer DJX 750, or 750. It's a 5-channel DJ mixer, as it says there, and it's just so good. You can mix 2 different songs together, so you can put like a dance track and then an R&B track, and then mix them both together and try and get the tempo to match. So even if normally both the tracks are at different speeds, you can try and sort of set it so you can sort of try and get them at both exactly the same speed and then mix them together. And it's just a really cool idea, and you can just see if you can do it and see how it sounds. So that's really quite nice. And obviously you've got effects on there as well, and loads of different other things you can do with it. And then on the top there is just literally some more music books, some teaching books for when I sort of hopefully look to become a piano teacher. I can use some of them to teach people with. And then here is literally, if I just pan down, is all my music books. I mean, I've got absolutely tons of piano music. It's just, it's not really crazy. It's awesome, really, because I've got so many different types of music that I can play: classical, film, popular stuff, just loads of different things. It's sort of all in there, really. And then moving on to sort of my pride and joy. This is one of the absolutely epic things in my room. Besides all my consoles, I absolutely love this to bits. This is my piano. It's the Clavinova CLP 340, and it's just absolutely stunning. I just absolutely love it to pieces. I absolutely adore it, really. And on top here, I've got a few music books that I've been playing already that I just haven't put back. So I've got, as I said, about playing stuff from films, Love Actually, some more popular stuff like Robbie Williams. That was his first album, so it's not very recent. But I do have also the rest of his albums somewhere. There you go, Robbie Williams, Sing When You're Winning, and also Swing When You're Winning as well. But anyway, and I've also got some other things. There's a music book for Cole Jenkins, which is absolutely awesome. There's Palladio and Adiamus and stuff in there. And I've even got a music book to Glee, which I think I showed these actually on a video before. But I've also got the piano books to Glee, volumes 1 and 2. And yeah, as I said, this is my absolutely awesome piano. Some of you may have already seen my piano videos before. But I will just give you guys a little taster of what it sounds like, because the sound's just absolutely, in my opinion, to die for. They're so authentic, it's just amazing. It doesn't sound tacky or fake. It literally does sound like someone has, especially with the choir sound, that someone has literally stood next to the piano and just recorded their voice straight into it. So obviously you've got the piano sound itself. And obviously, I use the sustain pedal a lot, because it basically means that it resonates the sound. So when you press a key, if you've got the pedal held down, then you can still hear the sound after you've taken your finger off the key. Whereas if you don't have the pedal held down, when you take the finger off the key, the sound just stops dead. So without the pedal down, with the pedal down, I should have done that actually, somewhere you can see my hand. But yeah, so I use that quite a lot. There's also all these different sounds, which I don't think you can really see. No, it's too dark again. Oh well. But yeah, piano and strings. So that's quite a nice sound. And then just lastly, before we move on, again, choir sound. That was just random. I didn't sort of choose any chords in particular. Yeah, just absolutely amazing sound to it. I just love it so much. It was a mission getting this piano upstairs, because if you look at it, it's really big, and you can imagine how heavy it would have been. It's made of ivory, if I remember right. No, is it ivory? What's it made? It's made of a really heavy material, basically. I can't exactly remember what it is, but anyway. And obviously it's got inbuilt speakers, which you probably again can't see because it's so dark, but there is inbuilt speakers underneath that are look a bit like hi-fi speakers, and they obviously weight it down as well. So trying to get this up the stairs was absolutely mad. And what I did was I did my upper back in quite because I was trying to get the piano up the stairs, and it was putting a lot of strain on my lower back. And what I stupidly did was I kept shrugging my shoulders to try and balance the weight out and try and compensate for the weight in the lower back. I tried to, see if it would help shrug your shoulders, but that just made it worse, because then it shot the pain up into my upper back, and I spent 3 days in absolute agony in my back. But at the end of the day, I still think it's worth it because I've now got the piano upstairs. so yeah. Last thing then before we finish is my TV and my drawers with all my controllers in. So, moving along, here is my Panasonic big TV. Can't remember how big it is exactly, so I'm not going to bother saying because I'll only embarrass myself by getting it wrong. And on the top I've got the Wii sensor bar at the moment, but I'll probably replace that with a Kinect sensor soon. And then underneath, again you probably won't see because it's quite dark, but we've got the Xbox 360, the newer ones, which again you can't see at all, so that's pointless. And on top there's the obviously the newer controllers, the black one. And then underneath that is the other CDIs. I said before that there's my uncle's CDI there. Well, I've got a second one as well, so again if one does pack up, I've got another one. This is my one. It's the CDI 210 model, whereas on my uncle's one, the model number I think it's on the back, and I'm not going to pull it out. But yeah. And on top of there is the actual joypad itself. So the cord's wrapped around it, but there you go. And then finally, guys, before I end this epic set of videos, is this really cool sort of plastic wheeled cabinet. I've got some I've got some carpet cleaner on there. I was meant to move that off, but still haven't done it. I've got some vanish there. Because basically, when I was organising the games room, I had to destroy a few wardrobes and things to make room to bring everything else in. So I had to hoover up stuff and just used a bit of carpet cleaner so it smelled nice and the floor was nice and clean, basically. Duh. Hence what the carpet cleaner's there for. So yeah, this is therefore finally the just a plastic set of drawers that I had they were my brother's. He had for quite a while, and never sort of used it for anything in particular. And then I suddenly thought, do you know what? Perfect. I can use that for my controllers, so that the consoles don't have to have. They're not displayed with loads of cables around them, because that would just look really naff. So they look really quite neat like that, and then I can just shove all the controllers and cables in here. So in the top shelf, I've got again loads of controllers, 360 controller, Master System, N64. Mega Drive, what else is in there? I can see. Dreamcast is right at the bottom, but you just can't see in the footage. And then in the second drawer, guys, again more controllers because I've got so many. I just had to make another drawer full of it. So CDI, the other form of controller you can get rather than the joypad. That's the other one you can get. But again, it's really fiddly to use. I don't really like it, so I always tend to stick to the joypad, which you can't see very well there. But anyway. And then I've got the Master System arcade stick. Master System arcade stick there. And then got PS2 controller. That's a wireless one. Wireless controller. And then NES controllers, GameCube controllers, etc. And there's another Master System controller right there as well. It's just on its side. So let's put that back in. Go on, shut. There we go. And then in the last drawer, this is basically all my cables. Now, I just managed to fit them all in. it's like Spaghetti Junction in there. Literally, it's absolutely jam-packed full of cables. It's crazy. But yeah, and Nintendo DS charger, PS1 cable, Game Boy Advance link cable, is what that white one is. Loads of SCART leads as spares mainly. Mega Drive plug, etc. Dreamcast plug. Everything's in there basically. So again, panning out, that's the 3 drawers there. And obviously then we're back to the door where we first came in. Oh, and the last thing, I know I keep saying last thing, but this is literally the absolute last thing before we finish the video, or set of videos. Obviously I showed you, there's a poster here of Super Mario Bros. Wii. Well, on the other side I've also put 4 more posters that I found that I absolutely loved. Just thought I'd put them up. Again, not just because they look cool, but also it sort of covers it covers the white space, because obviously if you've got loads of white space it just looks really bland and plain and boring. So if you fill it up with a few sort of things that catch your eye and that make it a bit more exciting, then it's all good really, I think. So first one here then is Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing, a really nice one there with Sonic and Alex Kidd there. I quite like what they did with Alex Kidd compared to how he looked on the Master System, how they've enhanced his facial features and everything. I think that's quite cool actually, considering we haven't seen him for years and suddenly he comes back. Pretty awesome. And then obviously Dr. Robotnik in the background. So that's really nice. I like a really great game as well. So that's cool. And then moving along here, I've got a really nice poster of Bioshock. So it's Bioshock 1. So I think it's that Big Daddy. Is that Big Daddy? I can't think. I haven't played the game enough to know, so I might have just embarrassed myself there. But anyway, if anyone wants to correct me, feel free. So there's that. And then moving along here is one of my favourite posters I've got up. It's one of my favourite games on the Xbox 360 anyway, so I cannot literally wait for Gears of War 3 to come out. But obviously, as you can see there, it's Gears of War 2. Really nice poster there. As soon as I found it in a issue of Games Master magazine, just had to put it up straight away. And lastly, I think this is epic, a poster of Donkey Kong Country 3 on the SNES. Now, I found this really interesting when I first found it in a magazine, because you'd think that they'd do a poster of Donkey Kong Country 1 rather than 3, because really 1 is more well known, it's more common, and more people know about it more. So you've got more chance if you say to someone, have you ever heard of Donkey Kong Country on the SNES, of them saying yes, than if you say to them, did you know there was a third Donkey Kong Country on the SNES, of them saying yes. Does that make sense? More people know about the first one than the fact that there was 3 games on the SNES. So basically the first one's more well known, so you would have thought that, you know, Nintendo would have put in the work and effort and time into designing it for Donkey Kong Country 1. But the fact that they chose to do it for a less well-known, you know, game in the series, I just think it's absolutely awesome, because it looks really nice, and it's just really cool. So I really like that it's not as well known as the first one. Not a lot of people know about it, yet they still chose to do it for a poster. So sweet. I've just spent way too long talking about a bloody poster, but anyway. If I come right back to the door where we was at the start of the set of videos, you've got obviously come in, console bookcase, all the different consoles on there, PC collection on the wall, first tool bookcase, Xbox 360 collection, sorry, Wii collection, GameCube, PS2, Xbox One, Mega Drive, and Master System, and then M-Box for my mixing and my first small mixer. Next tool bookcase, absolutely amazing Sonic plushie from the legend that is Wendy, aka Pop Tart Love 2010. Left side, Nintendo magazines, right side, Retro Gamer magazine, PS2, Xbox 360, and also Dreamcast magazines. So a few rare computer game inspired videos, boxed SNES games, loose SNES carts, both PAL and NTSC, loose NES carts, and also some NES adapters, and Game Genie. Dreamcast collection, PS1 collection, Xbox 360 Connect, PS1 demos, Nintendo DS collection and Game Boy Advance collection, which again is not complete. There's more around the house. 2 Xbox display boxes to fill up the shelf. PSP collection, CDI collection with the Philips CDI gamepad box, Game Gear collection, a few Master System loose carts. And at the bottom, some more cheap books, again, which were on the other bookcase again, with some GBA loose cartridges, and then my Game Gear itself. There's a boxed N64 game, an N64 cheap cartridge, Game Boy Color collection, Game Boy collection, N64 loose carts, and the Mario Kart Wii box with the wheel in. beanbags, keyboard, new Super Mario Brothers Wii poster, PC with obviously all the accessories, gamepad which is on the shelf over there, printer, hard drive, monitor, keyboard, etc. Computer game chair, not very exciting. Thin bookcase with the bigger mixer, all my piano music books, the actual piano itself, the Clavinova CLP 340, 4 more posters, Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing, Bioshock 1, Gears of War 2 and Donkey Kong Country 3. And then lastly, my TV, Panasonic, awesome TV with the Wii sensor bar on top and with the Xbox 360, the newer ones, with inbuilt Wi-Fi and the other CDI underneath. And then as I showed just now, the controller and cable drawers to store them all away so the consoles look a lot neater and tidier displayed on the shelves. So that's it, guys. Thank you ever so much for watching. I've really thoroughly enjoyed doing this games room tour. As I said, it didn't take me too long to really do it. Well, it did a little bit because obviously I had to take a load of stuff out before I could move stuff in. But yeah, and obviously I'm going to try and do a majority of my videos in here now, so that it looks more gaming, looks more gaming related. That's the word I was looking for, rather than in my room where there's just like plain walls. So I might sit on a beanbag or the PC chair and do some videos from now on, kind of thing. But I absolutely love it. Just sitting in here playing games, being surrounded by all of these games, both current gen and retro, is absolutely awesome. I just love it so much. And I'm really glad that you guys have had the chance to see it finished. So I'm going to stop panning randomly around my room because you've seen it enough times now. And I know it's been a really long video, so I do apologise. But thanks very much for watching, guys. And I will see you very, very soon for another video. I really hope you guys enjoyed my Let's Play of Castle of Illusion. Absolutely enjoyed making that. So I really hope you guys enjoyed watching it just as much. I'm going to shut the door now. I will see you very soon for another video. So thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you guys very soon. Take care.